Now, hopefully, I have sound this time. So let's see if you can hear me. Can you hear me this time? Can you hear me? Can somebody give me a heart if you can hear me? I'm going to write a little message here. Can you hear me? I'm hoping that means that you can hear me. Can somebody put a yes in there if you can hear me? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Catherine. So I think if you were with me just a little bit ago, I was making bread and I was doing the whole thing on here. And I found out that 2/3 of the way through it, there was no sound. Anyway, um, now there's sound and you can hear me. And the bread is just about ready to come out of the oven. That's the solar tube up there that is shining down on me. It's not that I'm illuminated or anything. Oh, that was the 1 minute, the 60-second warning. We're now at 55 seconds before it comes out of the oven. It's very exciting. Okay, I'm going to turn this a little bit. Okay, so I've got to move this back so you can, there we go. See, I even have my Substack water bottle. That was back when Substack, I got this 5 years ago when Substack, I was new on Substack and they were really, really supporting us in a big way. And we had all these cool little events and, they sent me a water bottle and I still use it. I love it. Those for the days. Okay. So I'm ready with my pot holders and we've got 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Are we ready? I'm going to take it out of the oven. This is the big reveal. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And I'll move this back a little bit more so you can see the whole thing here. Okay. So these are the loaves. And then I'm going to tilt these one at a time out. Ooh, that looks nice. There's one. And I take it and, do I hear a little, can you hear that? Kind of a little hollow sound. That's what I want to hear in there. Okay, 1, 2. I love it when they just pop right out like that. Makes you feel like you can bake. Okay, and 3. So there they are. I'll bring one over. I think it's pretty nice. Do I put them back in the oven after I remove them from the loaf pan? So what I'm going to do next is I don't put them back in the oven. I'm going to set them here. Then what a little trick I learned a long time ago is I take a tea towel and get it wet. Squeeze out the extra water. I'm going to drape this over the top. And that will make the crust on my bread a little softer for sandwich bread. You don't have to do that if you like a really crunchy crust. You could do it without putting that on there, but I'll have that on there for, a little bit. while it's cooling, maybe, 20 minutes or so, 30 minutes or so, something like that. And then um, I'm going to take them over to my son's house and they'll finish cooling over there because, they'll probably break into one loaf while it's still hot. That's always the best, isn't it? Where you take that loaf and you cut it and you slather it with butter and it melts. Then you take that bite and you're like, it's heaven. It's just heaven. So this recipe is on the website. It's just in the recipe section of the website. If you go to Kate McDermott's newsletter, you'll see it there. It'll say recipes right there. And then if you go to that page, you'll scroll down, you'll see a good sandwich bread. And that's what this one is. We'll take another peek here. And it's super, super easy. I did, it takes no time. I did it in a stand mixer. I've got a 7-quart stand mixer, but you could cut the recipe in half and do it in 5-quart. And it's, and I used some Cairn Spring Mills, some of their flours today. I used three different flours. And I use these, I love these pans. These are these USA Bake pans, and they are not paying me to say this. I upgraded my pans. They're good. So I use these USA pans, and I do oil them just a little bit with oil. I just brush it on. Put the loaf of bread in there after it's done its first rise, and let it do its second rise in here, and then I bake it. So the recipe's there. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, and be sure and, if you are not a paid subscriber, there's a bunch of recipes for you there, and there, for paid subscribers. Also, starting on Friday, there's a once a month, um, cook stack thing that I'm involved in, and we'll have a different Substack food writer, recipe developer, presenting a class for paid subscribers once a month. And the first one is this Friday. So if you aren't a paid subscriber, please consider doing that. You'll find the information on my latest post, which also details out the sad saga of my garlic. It just makes me so sad. I've been growing garlic for, 40 years, over 40 years. And I have now been in this particular garden that I've been gardening here for 27 years. And I have white rot in my where the garlic is, which means that I can't grow any allium out there. Listen to this. When I did the research on it, for up to 30 years, it'll be in the garden there. One garlic, if it's infected with it, can spread to 20 or 30 more head of garlic. So I have my last batch of garlic, and I lost over half my crop. So making bread today feels like a good thing to do. It makes me happy. And I hope it makes you happy too. See you later, and do consider subscribing for more fun. Bye-bye.